Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic, episode 121. That's 11 times 11 is 121. I'll teach you that math trick a little later. We're going to go ahead and start with San Diego Loyal once again, losing on the road. Loyal being loyal on the road, losing in the second half against RGV. No Vicente Sanchez this time. It was a pretty game. So we're going to go ahead and talk about it with the great, powerful Alan Underwood. Two Balls Underwood. We're also going to go ahead and talk about the two games of San Diego Wave. San Diego Wave losing their first game, but bouncing back with a 1-0 game by victory via Alex Morgan goal with that fantastic left. European leagues are ending. The Champions League is also about to end. We're going to go ahead and talk about who ended up in first. Not your Liverpool, Alan. I'm sorry. As he listened into the waiting room. LigaMX semifinales. Las semifinales del campeonato mundial, del campeonato de la Liga Mexicana. Pachuca versus
Chivas campeonas. Chivas
Atlas.
Campeonas. Chivas campeonas.
The women's Chivas have won the Liga MX. Olympique Lyonnais, a very crazy upset in the Champions League under Barcelona, who went perfect. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and chat it up with our good friend, some loyal content, the best USL mind in San Diego. We're going to go ahead and welcome Alan. Alan, how are you?
Great. That first Lyon goal in the Women's Champions League, like I was like getting things ready in my hotel this weekend in LA, and I had it on my phone, and I literally dropped the phone and like cheered the goal. Like didn't really have a rooting interest. It was just like it was a pretty great goal. Pretty entertaining first half. I thought a very nice game. And yes, a little sad there about Liverpool, but it's a heck of a season, and you want that last day drama. Like, when's the last time we had like a decision day Sunday that like actually mattered at the top of the league? It's been a minute.
About 10 years since Aguero. That was
right. So,
10 years to the date almost.
So it's like it was one of those like, hey, you had lots of drama. Liverpool go down, Man City go down. Like, it was a fun day. Like, you do what you can. Lots of individual awards, and all you can hope for is like a good quality season all the way through. There were some stunners, like the draws against Chelsea were phenomenal. The match against the 5-0 against Man United was also like fire. There were just so many really good matches this season. And I think, you know, when you have a bunch of teams that are fighting for those top spots, unlike some of the other leagues in Europe where maybe isn't as deep, you do get like some pretty fun drama at the end. You know, American Jesse Marsh saves Leeds and keeps them up in the Premier League. So it was a really fun day on Sunday. I was nervous, but it's sports. You win some, you lose some. Probably lose more than you win.
By the way, Mike was wilding on Twitter and just trying to clown on you, dude. I don't know what the fuck's up with him, but
caught slipping once again. Gerard.
I don't know why he thought it was me just dropping those tweets. But
couldn't get it done for Liverpool once again in the Premier League. Couldn't deliver once again.
Just kind of slipped away.
As positive as you might want to spin this one, Alan, you did not win the league as much as Chelsea or Manchester United. So join us. But you guys still have a chance for a Champions League, unfortunately, against Real Madrid. So, you know.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be wild, too, because Real Madrid is like all vibes, all talent. And so they're crazy. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. But you know what was not wild? San Diego Loyal this Saturday. Let's look at this. Oh, no, where's Alan?
I got to fix Alan.
Oh, no.
Where are you? There's your frame. Oh, there he is.
There he is. Let's look at the starting lineup real quick.
All right, so starting lineup, a little bit interesting, right? So Coque Vegas, Kyle Adams, Boxall, Stoneman, and Moon, and that's your defense. So already some little different tings happening, as the European British say, mad tings in that defense. No Jack Metcalf, no Elijah Martin to start this. You got Captain Charlie Adams, Alejandro Guido, Evan Conway, Andrew Carlton, Blake, and Vassell as your starting lineup, with Guerrero, Hackworth, Riley, Martin, Elijah, Metcalf, Moshobani, and Among in the bench. Good to see Among back on that bench. Obviously, no Colin Martin because he did get a red card and couldn't fulfill that red card because of the game they got suspended against Colorado Switchbacks, which is still under hot debate. Alan, your thoughts on this starting lineup for this away match?
I mean, I thought with player availability, it was a pretty strong match. I I think we've talked a lot about the success of the Charlie Adams and Colin Martin midfield and how important that is for San Diego. And I think we saw a little bit of why that might be is, Colin Martin by himself is pretty good. And Charlie Adams by himself is pretty good. But I think you put those two together, I think it's just a really nice balanced midfield. And so when you lose one or the other ones, one of the two, I think you just lose a little bit of that composure in the midfield. But you put Carlton in there and hope he can do a job. You have really a lot of talent on the pitch, and you give Evan Conway kind of a look up in this game because you have to play kind of you're playing Nick Moon also. So it was a kind of an interesting lineup. I thought it was a pretty fair one. I thought it was one that probably should have gotten the job done.
Yes.
And
certainly, like 100%. Like the firepower was there, right? Even if you have the skeleton of your starting lineup and you don't have some, seminal players, Elijah Martin, Colin Martin, you should, again, like you said, you should be able to get it done, especially an RGV squad that, I don't know, like they did not look like a team that on paper should have beat San Diego Loyola. And I think that's the kind of the issue that's happening. San Diego Loyola seems to be playing down to the competition, if you want to say it that way in a sense. And, have they risen up to the challenge of those tough matchups? Yeah, and that's the frustrating part, right? Like you go and to a very tough away match and come out with the victory in Tampa Bay like you did, but then you lose against Tulsa. Then you lose against New Mexico, or we'll tie. If I tie or loss, if I lost.
It was a draw, but
It was a draw.
right
It felt like
Yeah.
a loss. Yeah. Man, like this, and it did not start well. As I stopped it right here, for this highlight. Right, if you look at that clock, 4 minutes, and the first penalty gets called first because there was more than one in this game, but Alejandro Guido making a mistake in this one, diving a little bit too early. The camera work, once again, spectacular USL camera work, completely missed it. He came back from a replay, and the guy was already on the floor. I thought that, Guido was the one fouled.
Yeah, Ricardo was saying hi to us, San Diego Loyola president, at the watch party, and I was like, I think we just conceded a fucking penalty. He was like, fuck, man. But yeah, I called this save, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone at our table, I was like, Coque's stopping this. There's no way they go down right now.
And yeah, so it was a mistake all around, but Coque comes up big. It was a good save. It was a good stop.
No, he read him like a book, straight up.
100%. And
yeah,
even then, the ball still hit the post.
Yikes, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is why you have Koke, though. Like he's a goalkeeper who's capable of making these big saves in big moments. I think, the defense has let him down, and I'm sure we'll watch that highlight a little bit later where they did. But a goalkeeper, like I would be curious to know some of these games, what that would have been like without Koke in, and would we have picked up points, or would it have been a blowout? Because RGV, we're putting some shots in.
Yeah, they were.
This is for a 21-year-old, a pretty veteran move to draw this pen.
Yes.
Like this is like the like a striker would pull this move, where you beat the guy, you get a little bit of a trip, and then he comes in heavy, and then you just take all of the challenge and just drop.
Yeah, probably.
Like that's a foul. Like if that happens in the middle of the park, it's a foul.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it was a penalty. I think Carlton just managed to kind of sell it a little bit as well, and
yeah, he did his part. Like he did his part. Like his job is done. You got to sell a little bit, put your team in a better position. The better position being Cavasel from the spot, and using that left of his into going into a USL championship leading 7th goal. Alan, correcto, incorrecto?
Think so. Yeah, 7.
Damn.
Scores every 110 minutes. So
that's really impressive.
Those are almost Alex Morgan numbers.
They are not. Actually,
not.
they are
They're really
not,
not.
actually. Shout out to Alex Morgan. Now we can actually put Alex Morgan on the title of this video, so we'll get thousands of views.
Yeah, what's crazy is so scores against Phoenix, scores against El Paso, scores 2 against Charleston, doesn't score against Oakland, but scores against Louisville, not against LA in the Open Cup. Assist, goal. Like he's since Tulsa, like only one league game did he not get a goal or assist in. Like he's keeping this team and putting him on his back. I thought it was interesting is this wasn't Charlie Adams, like because he's taken some PKs in the past.
Yes.
So it was either Charlie wasn't feeling it, or it's like they've redone the PK taker person order, and Kyle has moved up now that he's feeling himself. And
Yeah, I can see that.
No,
Oh,
Mike!
Mike!
Oh,
No, Mike! Oh, no. He had a little too much to drink earlier. He had some fine Califino tequila earlier.
I think he's mad at
slumped.
me for what happened on Twitter. So he was like hearing me talk, and he was like, "I'm out of here."
He said, "Snooze fest."
Um,
No, but yeah, I think that's a good point, Alan. And it could also be that they're just trying to pad his stats, right? Like, you got Kyle Vassell. You want him to score goals. You're going to give him the penalties. He's a striker, number 9. Build that confidence up. At the
And
end
you
of the
also want
day,
to keep him going, right?
yeah, it's better for him to be scoring more consistently than Charlie Adams. You want your striker to score more goals, and Charlie Adams is not the striker. So I give props to Landon for just trusting Kyle Vassell. And I mean, until he starts missing, that's when you kind of switch it up with someone else.
who do you switch him out for though? Like
Charlie Adams.
no,
Penalty.
for a penalty. I thought you meant
yeah.
in general. But yeah, see, in the preseason, yeah, he was at that first PK that he got. And we were all celebrating because they got the same amount of PKs in a preseason game that they hit the whole last season.
Yeah. I think it was at Weston in the watch where he's like, we got a penalty? That never fucking happens.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, so at this point, right, it was a classic loyal.
Up at half.
It goes into half. I think somebody at the table was actually saying, "Oh, this is looking good. This is panning out to be good." I like how you think you're out of frame for that drink, but you are clearly in frame, and it's. But yeah, so were you comfortable with the 1-0 at all at any point? Like what was going through your mind?
I mean, yeah, kind of yes and no. Like you're on the road, you're up a goal, but I mean, RGV was probably the better team in that first half.
Mm-hmm.
They hit the woodwork a couple times. One of those, obviously, after the PK. They're getting lots of shots off. San Diego wasn't really dominating the ball like they normally do either. So that was a little bit worrisome. So it was like 1-0 is better than being down a goal or a draw, right? Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, oof is correct.
Banger.
But it was one of those, like, I would rather be up 1-0 not playing the best than you're even on the 2 PKs. But it just seemed like San Diego in the second half was just not really there. Like, I'm not sure if there was a fitness thing or a we haven't played in a while thing, and so they just did not look great. And then RGV really muscled the momentum, and with that first goal they scored, I think that gave them confidence going forward. And it really boils down to RGV did to us what Kyle Vassell does to other teams, right? They have that guy up top, he touches the ball to the guy behind, and the defenders drop to go with the striker, leaving tons of space. And it's like, you can't give anybody that much space. They're going to take that shot. And Koke has got no chance, right? Like, there's no defending. There's no one pressuring the ball. He basically gets a free shot. Like, I'd be like in the basketball world, you're like, hey, we're gonna play zone defense, and we're gonna let you get to the free throw line and just shoot from there. Don't worry about it. Like, look at all that space. Like, there's no one stepping the ball. There's no pressure. There's no
shot.
Yeah, everybody's
there's no
there.
Pressure.
Everybody's there.
There's no back pressure. Yeah,
All
no one's
right.
pressuring. Everyone's thinking someone else is gonna do it. Like, you have 5 dudes there. Like, there's not a lot of back pressure or side. Stoneman's not stepping. Like, Kyle, was that Kyle Adams? Kyle Adams has to go with the guy behind him.
Yeah,
I'm assuming there's a guy by Metcalf, but Stoneman, I think, just is like, oops, and because he steps back, and I think before he realizes what happened, Like he just tries to stick at a leg. Like he goes and then he just doesn't react. He doesn't step up, and that's if he puts a good kick, Koke can't get to the. He's not going to get there.
Yeah,
It's a great shot.
It's that fundamental where when you're a defender, you're like you have to step up and try to block the shot outside the box. What do you say in Spanish? No dejen que tire. No dejen que tire.
Yeah,
You
don't let him have a look.
shoot.
Like you give him all the time in the
Simple
world.
as that.
And you're not blocking. You're just literally just getting in the way and blocking the vision of Koke. And
Yeah, no, he cannot.
He can't
see
read that. So it's not on Koke. It's a really good goal. Like it's a really good goal, but could have been avoided. And then a couple of minutes later, you kind of knew. You kind of felt it. This one didn't necessarily go in, but at this point, like you kind of knew where this game was heading. The momentum was shifting. RGV at home. San Diego Loyal just making silly mistakes. Their Koke is obviously not in no man's land. I think he just kind of misread it.
Fuck USL refs, man.
You would hope
Sorry,
he gets a better punch to this. You know what I mean? Like you expect him to punch this like pretty far, and I don't think he gets all of it. And so it falls to the RGV guy.
Some people thought this crossed the line, Alan.
Let it get to
that is a mathematical impossibility. Like there's just no way based on where Grant Stoneman is standing and where Koke Vegas is standing. Like the ball is like over the line. If you look at where Grant Stoneman's foot is right now, it's clearly on the line, right? So either he or Vegas push the ball out of the net. Like it's kind of hard to tell who actually makes contact. But regardless, is Stoneman gets his foot out. So his right foot is way in front of the line. His left foot is slightly in the goal, right? So then as the ball comes down, it's still out in front of the line, like still in front of the line. It's over the line. It's like on the line. But look at where Stoneman kicks the ball and his foot drops directly down on the line. And then if he freezes it on the line, his foot is still on the line. So unless Stoneman has a foot that is 18 inch or 9 inches in front of the line and 9 inches behind the line, like there's just no way that his foot can end up on the line after kicking the ball and the ball be almost 9 inches over the line, which is where it needs to be in order to be in the goal. Now, someone said the AR saw it over the line. I'm not sure how the AR sees it through Koke's legs because the ball is in the air.
There's Koke's leg. There's the post. There's Kyle Adams and his Siren's mermaid pose on the ground, just looking. There's a bunch of traffic. Obviously, the linesman has to be on the line, but yeah, you're right. Like it's impossible.
He is very like I want to be part of your world in the Little Mermaid. Now, I want you to try and we're gonna do Where's Waldo. Where is the center referee at this point?
Right.
Top of the box.
See how far, like he's way at the top of the 18. Someone's like, oh, he was right there. He was like, he's at the top of the 18. He's not seeing that ball go across the line.
Exactly. And he himself, right? Like if we're going to talk of obstructions, right? So you have, Mermaid Adams there, but you have 1, 2, 3 human beings in front of that ball contesting it. And, it's not like he's tall where he can, see that angle. And you were saying it earlier. You have to be 100% certain either way, right? You have to be 100% certain, especially in a goal, decision. Like that's the one thing, right? If it's a foul, okay, there's some leeway to it, there's some elasticity to the rules, but it's either in or out. So
I wish you could interview refs after the game, just kind of like a press conference, and just to ask those questions, right?
So what's wild is you can ask a referee a question, but only one person can ask a question. You have to ask for permission prior to the match, and the question is put in writing and is returned in writing. So you have to know something controversial is going to happen, and like we want to send a question to the ref like ahead of the game. It's wild. So a slight controversial take: did the ball go in? Absolutely not. I will say with equivocation that there is no way that ball goes in, just based on where the ball is on the pitch, like. And Grant Stoneman's foot and where he's standing. Like, I want you to imagine, you have to stand almost 9 inches into the goal. So you have to be like, see where Adams is? Mm-hmm. If he turned his foot and faced it straight up and down, like if he had a size, let's say 10 shoe, That's how far the ball has to get in, and he's not even. And so he's behind Stoneman, and his foot is on the line. Like if you just, I know the camera angles are terrible, and the guy was like, "I can see green." Well, it's like, yes, of course you can see green.
Yeah.
If I put a ball in the air, like at the 6-yard line, and put it up in the air far enough, there's green that's behind the line. It doesn't mean the ball's in the goal. So think about where Charlie Adams is standing is in the goal. His right foot is on the line, but not far enough in that that's a goal, right? If that's the ball, if Charlie Adams' foot is the ball, that's not a goal because the ball is still on the line. And if you think about where that position is compared to where the ball is, you can see that the ball is probably still hovering over the line.
Oh, yeah.
Not in. The second point is, yes, pro referees are not consistently great. Loyal put themselves in a position for a bad call to cost them 3 points.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Sometimes you have to play well enough that a bad decision doesn't hurt you. Now, in soccer, a bad decision is a goal, and a goal is really hard to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
But if you save a PK, you give up a goal on a defensive blunder. Like, I think if you play better defense and that goal goes in, it's a 1-1 goal, you're still mad, but you're walking out with a point. Sometimes you have to play better, that if a referee makes a bad call, that you gotta, and San Diego's good enough to get 2 goals. Like, they didn't play well enough to deserve 3 points in this match.
And that's the thing, though. Sorry to interrupt. I felt like there was no hope after this goal. We're talking about, still having there be 10 minutes plus whatever the referee added, which was a crazy amount, especially in the first half too, right? I think so. But I had no hope, and that's a problem. That's a problem. Not only are you seeing it and almost predicting, wait for it's going to come.
You know when I lost hope?
Huh?
When Guido had that open shot, like he missed that 1-on-1 against the keeper.
And that was before.
That was before they even tied it. And that's the thing. You miss those, and you're like, I hope that's not one of the chances that we regret, and it happened to be it. Like, you go up 2-0, and you still get the point away, right? So Guido was not on top of his game. And if Guido's not on top of his game, then maybe the players are not going to be on top of their game, and it's just not a good performance overall.
And like I do want to put in perspective, like, I think we've been spoiled by some really, really entertaining games, some pretty good games, some fight back. Like, our team is never going to be perfect, and you would love them to be. Like, San Diego's still in a good spot as far as the standings are concerned. If this was at home, I'd be more concerned, but there is a little bit of concern about road form, which I think we talked about before we started recording. Is San Diego not super great on the road, which is a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure there's necessarily an answer to it, right? Like, some of it is a little bit of luck, some of it is a little bit of, I don't know, like, RGV is a really tough place, or used to be a really tough place to play on the road. San Diego's averaging a point on the road, 1 win, 2 losses, 2 draws. So still, like, if we're doing the whole, like, hey, draw on the road, win at home, they're still okay. But, there is some road form that they need to worry about. Although this has 2 wins on the road. What was the other road win? The USL
Tampa
website's
Bay.
kind of wrong.
And
sometimes.
Oh, Phoenix. We're forgetting about Phoenix.
they did, yeah.
Yes. So they're 2-2-2. So, like, again, I will stand corrected. Their road form is not great, but it's still right now, as far as points are concerned, the 3rd best in the USL. Nope, this is the West. They have a similar record of Vegas on the road, but there are plenty of other teams that are doing way worse on the road than San Diego is, because of those 2 early wins. It's just sometimes you just don't have it, right? Like,
Yeah.
We saw this against Tulsa. You're not playing maybe your 100% starting 11. They had a lot of time off, and so there's a lot of reasons to be like bummed.
Yeah, and I feel like in general that's a good thing, right? That even just a loss like this just feels like the team's not performing, but they're not doing bad. They're 6-3-2, right? No, yeah, six wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties. Like that's still an overall good record. You're still third place in the West. You're still a playoff contender. Let's not kind of bum ourselves down and be like, well, Loyal's done. Loyal's over. Like it's a bad game. You kind of wind things up. You get back the next week, and hopefully you get that win.
And the rhythm's just not there, right? They miss a game, and so athletes' body are they are used to routine pattern. If the body is ready for a game and they don't get a game, and instead they get a Mission Bay jogathon in the sun instead of a full 90-minute match, hard fought, that can potentially mess with the rhythm. They had a really good week. They had 2 weeks off, really good week in practice last week. Maybe coming into this week, it was a little more lethargic, a little bit more, harder to get it going on. But either way, you have to get something out of these games. Like it just can't be left to, all right, what's going to be the excuse for this away performance at Loyal? And, there are excuses aplenty, but at the end of the day, they need to fix this if they really want to make their mark throughout the season. Because, yeah, you've proven everything so far this season. You've proven that you can beat historically good teams. You've proven that you can lose to bad teams. You've proven that you can win very well at home. You've also proven that you can get your ass handed to at home. So, I mean, much to say, like, as unpredictable as these games have been, San Diego Loyal has been unpredictable in general, and that's not necessarily a good thing because you don't know what San Diego Loyal you're going to get with whatever lineups out there. As you were saying, this team should have beat this team on paper. Like, San Diego Loyal should have, theoretically won this game, and I mean, that's what the disappointing part is. And you can at least it's good to see it from the front office that they're also disappointed. Not good to see that they're disappointed, but I don't know. Like, how do we fix this? A loan player? Do we have to start going back into loans? Do we have the team to move forward? I mean, there's injuries that are happening and important players that are picking up stuff.
I would like to see someone else for a backup left back position for Elijah. I'm just not feeling Kyle Adams playing left back or one of the center backs playing left back.
Sure.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough one because it's like this is also kind of showing, I think, how important Josh Yarrow was to the team last year. Like someone like him, like don't get me wrong, I love Stoneman. I think Kyle Adams is a good center back. I think Boxall is a pretty decent center back, but I think we're seeing the difference between a guy who is probably like a low end MLS guy versus some other guys who are high in USL. It's a small difference, but I think it's a big difference right now of trying to find that cohesion that we had and that dominance we had and the confidence we had with Josh Yarrow, that we just are not quite there yet. And again, as Nate Miller says, don't peak early. I think there's some issues that need to be addressed. I think they're on the margins. Like, I think the 5-2 loss to Louisville is an anomaly, as far as this team is concerned. And, you take those 5 goals away at home, right? They've let in 9 goals at home, and 5 of those were Louisville, right? So, like, there's some things to be positive about. It's just, how do we take that home form on the road? This is something that Landon Donovan was talking about last year, is we want to play every game like we're the home team. And we've seen that in, starts and fits. It just hasn't been consistently dominant.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do on the road, right? It's one thing to say you want to play like you're the home team on the road. It's harder to do. And we've seen like switchbacks in San Antonio are doing that job. But I mean, you look at some of these other teams that you would consider like good teams, and they're also struggling on the road, right? Like El Paso Locomotive is 4-1-2 at home, but are 1-1-4 on the road. Like, they score a ton of goals at home, 19 goals scored at home, and 8 scored on the road in about the same amount of games, right? So we're not the only ones in this boat kind of struggling with road form. I hope they figure it out because I do believe that San Diego is going to have to play a playoff game on the road at some point this season. I don't think they're going to end up in that 1 or 2 spot in the West. And in the East, like Memphis 901's playing really well. Pittsburgh's always good. Lou City is going to put points up. So we might have to go on the road at some point. And so hopefully they figure that out. And we're gonna run into another really tough test this next Saturday, right? Like this next game against Los Dos. Like talking about an unpredictable team that plays really well at home.
Yeah, and again, a series of away games. Obviously, no home games here in the month of May until June 11th. Will you be able to see San Diego Loyal here at home? Yeah.
But I mean, just with the history, San Diego Loyal has kind of had Los Dos in their pocket the last couple games. So I think Landon Donovan knows how to play against Los Dos. He knows what to expect from those kids. So I do think Loyal can pull off a win against Los Dos. Too bad they're not allowing any fans over there.
Yeah, no fans, closed doors. I think they found out what the fans did and the locals did and the Chavos did in that Open Cup match and said, no, thank you. Just close their doors. But in any case, you should be able to demolish the Los Dos too. If you play the way that you played against, Los Dos, the main team, MLS team, like you should be able to handle Los Dos. Yeah.
And then you have, we'll talk about it next week, but then you also face New York, who's one of the worst teams in the league.
Terrible. Ass.
So these next 2 away games, you should be able to win. But again, like Alan said, Los Dos is very unpredictable as well.
Yeah, their home form is quite good this year so far. And like you look at some of their games that they played, and you're like, all right, this should be a beatable team. San Diego has, I think the only game they lost to them was the first time they played them. It was like a 1-0. But LA Galaxy on the road, terrible. But here are their last 3 home matches was a 4-3 defeat. They defeated Louisville City. This is their first loss. Louis City's first loss. They defeated them 4-3. To let you know, Louis City had only given up 4 goals all season before that match. Los Dos dropped a 4 on them. They beat Phoenix Rising 3-0. And they beat Monterey Bay 3-1. Also in there was they got shellacked by El Paso and Memphis. But again, those were on the road. So this is a team in LA Galaxy that is playing really well at home. I want to say they've won the past 3-4 home games that they played. So this is going to be a decently tough task for San Diego. I know that they match up pretty well against them. I know that they like that big field. I think that's one thing that I talked to Nate Miller about last year was that they really like that really big pitch. And they think that they can use that and exploit that. But Los Dos has given up 6 goals in 5 games at home. They are 4-0-1, just like San Diego is 4-0-1. They have this kid named Preston Judd. I think you might have heard of him.
Yeah, I've heard of him a couple times.
Pretty good, I hear.
There's
I mean, he is a MLS signed player. He makes $65,000 a year. That was just announced. If you want to check that out, there are some with the MLS salary schedules, but it's not just him, right? Like they have a lot of really good young talent that play really comfortably at home. And so I think this is going to be a decent test for San Diego to go in against a team that they know they've had success against. And on the flip side, LA is going to be like, hey, we've beaten us a lot before. We're not going to let that happen again. And I think with Baby Bulls on the horizon as the team that they probably should get some points off of. Yeah. Although, again, just like Los Dos, there's some talent there. It's not, it's not a walkover, especially traveling east. But it's really important, I think, for San Diego to get their road form back on track against a tough competitor in Los Dos. I think they have the talent to do it. I think it's going to be a pretty electric game. I think both sides score multiple goals. I think I'd like to see a 3-2 win. I'd like to see a 3-0 win actually, but
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
but
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna say 3-2 just to be wild amounts tonight.
I'm gonna go with a 2-0 win.
I mean, I picked a loss. I've picked a tie. I don't have confidence in this team away, even if it's as close as LA. This away team just is not it. Like, I don't know.
Say it. Say what you want to say. Say it. Do it.
3-1 win San Diego Loyal.
Wow, he didn't do it.
3-1 win San Diego Loyal.
He didn't have the balls.
It's hard for me to pick against the odds that are ahead, right? Like, just historically speaking,
Yeah.
there's advantages. This team is upset. They're not happy. It's a short travel from San Diego. It's not going into like a very foreign weather atmosphere type situation where you go to the middle of nowhere in Texas. You go to humid ass
More
Florida.
like a roller coaster, man. So they have good games, then they have a bad game, then they have a decent game, then a good game, then a decent game, bad game. So they're bounced to. They're on the way up right now.
Hopefully,
roller coaster.
I hope, man. It's been tough to watch, and it's been tough to be right. Where it's like, oh, just wait. Oh, was this such a good game? Was it 1-0 in the halftime? There's still 90. There's still 45 minutes. There's still another 45 minutes, and it's those last 45 minutes that San Diego Loyal usually has to worry about.
Yeah, they really do, man. It's wild how bad of a second half team they have become.
You have officially worked your last Monday of the school year, Alan. How does that sound?
It's wild. It hasn't come soon enough, actually.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, it's the kids are done.
Oh,
I'm like at my wit's end. But I'm glad to be this close to the end.
Yes.
I have a concert tomorrow night, so I think that's gonna be a fun little celebration with the kids. And then it's kind of like survival mode to the end of the year, right? 8th grade trip to Knott's Berry Farm on next Tuesday, which should be fun.
Nice.
I enjoy that one. We drop the kids off, go to TGI Fridays with the teachers, and then get some funnel cake.
Hell yeah.
But it's fun because when you see the kids like outside of like the school setting and they're having a great time, it's just a kind of different vibe, and it's really nice to like get to see the students in a little bit of different light and have a fun time. And then oh, look at that.
I know, it's just a
yeah.
celebrity. Obviously,
That's like
Jason,
soccer
a celebrity
we were in the
himself,
presence
but
of a celebrity.
We are not worthy. As he's probably bashfully saying, come on, guys, to his phone right now or his computer. Shout out Cesar H. Football. Find everything and anything San Diego Loyal. Everything and anything LigaMX en inglés and anything in La Femenil, El Tri. I mean, anything you want at Cesar H. Football on Twitter. So check out our boy Cesar Hernandez with some fantastic content.
Real great guy.
Dashing.
Yeah, so I'm hankering.
We're spankering.
He wants that funnel cake already.
That funnel cake, and then then it's done, and then it's Hawaii for a week, and then it's
Nice.
619 day. So, or Juneteenth if you celebrate. So yeah, the finish line is there. The light at the end of the tunnel is there. It's a big celebration, and then in the middle of that is also a Champions League final, which should be probably wild or the most boring game of the season. Who knows?
I don't think it'll be the most.
Do you think
game.
Liverpool takes it? Just what's your prediction for that one before you go?
I don't have a prediction.
He can't.
You have to.
Nope.
Have to.
I'm not jinxing it either way. I just hope Salah doesn't get injured, and
Again?
that it's an entertaining match. Or if it's a blowout, it's the team in red, because Liverpool has never played a team, or has always played a team in white in the Champions League final.
It'll be the Bale's return to greatness. What?
Oh,
Gareth
Good
Bale
Lord.
getting
Are you
substituted
talking
on?
hole in
Are you
one.
talking about? Are you talking about? Yeah, he's gonna like have set up a putting green on the
Little-
side and just
little
like sink a bunch of putts.
Putt. Imagine a goal,
No.
the second half goals to win it by Hazard and.
Is he going to Cardiff or some shit like that?
Like that's the thing with Real Madrid is like they're they're mostly vibes, but somehow like they just have really good players. So with Vinicius Jr. and Benzema up, you know, they're gonna score, like they can score lightning quick. We saw what they did against Man City. Liverpool have some key injuries that I think kind of hurt them, that would have helped keep some of those people. Like if Salah's out, I don't think it hurts them as much as like a Fabinho or a Thiago. I think Thiago is like a huge loss.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you have one of the best goalkeepers in the world, you're going to be in every game. And I think you can say that about Real Madrid too. Like Courtois is like a pretty good keeper.
Wait, you were talking about?
You were talking about
Wait,
Alisson?
what?
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, whoa, wait.
I was talking about Alisson.
Whoa.
He was the Golden Glove winner, guys.
Well, he just
You have
happens
the
to play in a
Golden
good
Glove,
team.
the Golden Boot,
Like,
and the Playmaker of the Year. No, I think it'll be a very entertaining game. Like Liverpool play heavy metal football, so they're going to go attack. Real Madrid is a team that is lightning quick and can counterattack, which I think Liverpool can play into that a little bit if they put too many people forward. So it should be a really great game. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for like maybe like a 4-3 like callback to the AC Milan Istanbul game where Liverpool come back and win it. But it's going to be super unpredictable, and that's what I want, right? You don't want two defensive teams sitting back trying to like figure each other out. You want a team that's going to go, both teams go throw haymakers. That's what made Chelsea and Liverpool so fun this year. They were just throwing haymakers and kicking penalty kicks over the goal. But
right,
on that note,
womp, womp.
it's chocolate.
All right, man.
Well,
Yeah, it's gonna be a great final for sure.
it'll be fine. Hopefully, we have some great things to talk about. I really need to
Yeah,
go take
you
a
gotta
piss,
go.
so,
You gotta go take a fit.
Alan,
Alan, good
you're
luck
the
in your
best.
concert tomorrow, man.
Good luck. Enjoy
Thanks.
your time.
Do I need to hang out while Tony goes and pees?
That'd be a great
yeah,
idea.
you
Here,
Keep
can,
Shiva
yeah.
company.
talk with the boy.
Yeah. I mean, school year's almost
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. And then Pride season starts. I like calling it
Yeah,
Pride
yeah.
season because it's like Pride month is June,
Mm-hmm.
but San Diego Pride isn't until July, so you get like 2 months
Yeah.
of Pride, which is nice. RuPaul's Drag Race, All Stars, All Winners. I know you're a big fan.
Of what?
RuPaul's Drag Race. I love me some RuPaul's Drag Race.
I don't know what that is.
Do you know who RuPaul
Enlighten me.
Charles is?
No, I don't.
Okay. A very famous drag queen.
Oh,
she has a
okay.
reality show, competition show where drag queens compete in challenges.
Nice.
It's like Next Top Model meets one of those sewing ones
yeah.
with drag queens.
Okay.
It's phenomenal. It's one of
Nice.
my favorite
I
shows.
bet.
You're getting some insight into the Underwood weirdness.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, like, other than Loyal, man, what else is there to talk about in San Diego? Oh, yeah, San Diego Wave.
Yeah.
Have you been
San
kind of
Diego
keeping
Wave.
up with them?
I have, although I forgot that they played midweek, and so I was super hyped. Thought that they had won 3. They just kept winning.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dang, they took on Carolina, who apparently Carolina was supposed to be really good this year because they have like Dabinia on the team, and they've just not been playing super well. But Alex Morgan getting it done on the road. That was
Yeah,
nice.
dude. So 6 goals in 5 games. That's just phenomenal, man. Like, yeah, they lose an away game, but at least they're not losing at home, right? I think they have 2 more away games until they play in home again June 8th, which, as we all know, 4 away games back to back to back to back. Like, that's just too
It's a
much.
lot.
It's just a lot for a team to go through. And if you manage to get, say, 2 wins, a tie, 1 loss, that's phenomenal. That's beyond expectations, honestly. But yeah,
Yeah, especially-
hey, look, he's coming back.
Especially since one of those was midweek, and then you travel to Carolina and back,
Mhm.
and then you travel to Seattle and back, and then
Yeah.
to Kansas City and back. Like, woo-wee, that's a trip.
Yeah. We're just
Speaking
talking
of
about-
trips,
So,
how's your trip there?
Just for those of
Tony?
you that are concerned, because I've had some people come up to me like, "Hey, you go to the restroom a lot." I drink a lot of water, and you can be a testament to it. I drink a
I don't know
lot.
what you're talking about.
What do you mean? Like, I have a whole thing that I finish. Since
Yeah,
the pod
this is
started.
a vacuum.
You
For
should see a
water.
doctor. Well, welcome back. I did my time.
That's why he doesn't have lower back pain.
True. It's all the water. I drink.
Shiva, congratulations on Chivas Femenil and their championship.
Yeah.
At least one of the Chivas teams is doing well for you. So
Hey,
How's
buddy.
that Prem title?
like-
How's that Prem title, huh?
Okay, relax, because you're not going to win this one. You stop. I'm going to stop you
Okay.
right there.
I don't care.
I'm going to stop you right there. Alan, thank you.
It was heartbreaking.
Yeah, I can imagine. Just like losing a fucking FA Cup and
And a Carabao Cup.
and losing your whole team on the transfers.
Oh.
All right, done. Negativity
Laters,
over.
Alan.
Thank you, Alan. You're the best. You're the bomb.com.
Good night, guys.
Oh, man.
Alan's the best.
Alan is the best.
Like hot
Hey,
sauce.
guys,
Hot
stick
sauce is the
around with
best.
this live stream because we're going to be giving away a jersey at the end of the episode. Well, we're going to stop the episode and we're going to give away a jersey to those of you who have stuck around and actually watched the live. If you're part of the live by that time, you get to enter.
Oh, wow. Live just doubled. Interesting. So welcome to everybody. We just went over everything San Diego loyal, which means that we have another San Diego team that we need to talk about.
Yeah, I started talking a little bit about Wave with
Wow.
Alan. Just wow.
You were going to say WAV.
No, I wasn't.
You were.
I was not going to
You
say
were.
wow.
So
San
San
Diego
Diego
Waves.
WAV, San Diego Wavs had two games since the last time we had an episode last Monday. They were in the first place, 3-0, undefeated, and they were the team to beat so far. And unfortunately, that time came in the midweek. They were defeated. This was the
Something about San Diego just not performing well against Louisville.
Louisville. So they did play in that same stadium, same beautiful stadium. And honestly, like, again, there's not a lot of teams. And it's getting to the point where, like, you've played half of the teams in the league.
12 teams.
Yeah, so there's 12 teams. And you've had a lot of looks. You've played most of them. If not in the Challenge Cup, you had looks, in that sense. But, these games now count. And they went over and unfortunately lost. This was the lineup that they had for that. Let me just get this out of the way. And boom.
Alternate lineup. Switched around. It's a midweek game. That's expected.
Not only that, Casey Stoney out of this game due to COVID was announced by the team before
So
the match.
that's always a big impact, right? When your coach is
manager,
not there.
yeah. I think that has something to do with it. But again, the same players are on the field. Rich Gunny taking that head role in this game. But again, going over Sheridan in goal, Dahlkemper coming back, Naomi Germa, Van Egmond, Kelsey Turnbow, Sophia Jakob. Is this one?
Yeah.
Yes,
that's the
Jakobson,
lineup, yeah.
Tigger McGrady, Westfall, and then you also have Korniak.
Bell Breed.
Yes, Belle Breed, and then
Marlene Shimmer.
Marlene
So
Shimmer.
your backline and your goalkeeper essentially is still solid, right? You have one of the best goalkeepers in the NWSL
In the world.
Sheridan. You got Abby Dahlkemper, who's coming back from that injury. You have Naomi Girma, who has been probably the best player in that backline.
And a rookie.
Yeah, and a rookie.
First round pick for number 1 overall rookie.
Yeah. So you have a superstar there.
Yeah.
You have Tegan McGrady on the left, Westphal on the right. So overall, just a solid back line for San Diego Wave. You kind of stick that. It's easy to start your defensive line over and over just because they don't get as gassed as a lot of offensive players, right? They run a lot more than defensive players, but nonetheless, you have a solid back line. You still have Van Egmond, who is a solid defensive midfield. Like, the long ball she gives, the way she runs and cuts plays up, she's just a textbook CDM.
Yeah.
From what I've been able to tell. You start Kelsey Turnbull, who's had maybe a slow start to the season, if I'm being honest. She's been coming on and off as a sub. Has made an impact at home especially, but really didn't show. The team overall in this game who just wasn't there. They didn't take advantage of a lot of chances. We got to see Belle Bride and Marlene Shimmer, who maybe didn't take advantage of some chances, right? And you were at the watch party for this game. So tell us a little bit about
So I got there at the end. Let's be clear. I got there at the end of the watch party, just pretty much catching up with that. And, it was a team. It was a game where I think kind of like Loyal, right? They should have, on paper, won this game.
Yeah.
Didn't happen that way. It was a really good goal.
Yeah,
that
the
was
goal was
scored
just
on.
unfortunate, man. That goal was just, it was off a free kick, very long, like just, I don't know, guys, as a goalkeeper, like, was there anything more Sheridan could have done? We're going to show you guys up.
Maybe. I'm going to see if I can.
7 minutes on this.
Yeah, no, 7 minutes on the highlight video.
It was in the first half.
Boy,
Hey,
vato. Don't
tranquilo,
yell at me.
viejo. Tranquilo,
Don't
viejo.
yell at me. I don't like when you talk to me that way. All right.
Dos bolas en la ola.
Hey, man.
Coming soon
Um,
to a theater near you.
Theater.
Theater.
So we have this free kick coming in.
Rips it.
Oof.
Sheridan saves
Banger, dude.
It's a good goal. I mean, it's a good goal. There's only so
She
much you
got
can
a
do.
hand on it, right? I think she got a hand a little bit on it.
We'll check the replay right here.
Make it on.
All right, no celebrating.
Mira la finta. Oof.
Goes over. Good shot. Yeah, she did get a hand on that.
You think second hand was the way to go with that one?
Maybe. I think like she overshot it because she's positioned correctly. But
Yeah.
Either way, it's a really good goal. But this does end up being the only goal in this match. San Diego Wave lose this game 1-0. They were still on top of everything, on top of the league. And then they move on and I was talking with some San Diego Wave personnel at that watch party. We realized that this North Carolina place, like, is such a remote, like, area. Like, not remote, but it's just a wild place to have a soccer team. So
They were actually predicted to be one of the best teams this season.
Yeah.
And it just has surprised everyone. They've only had 3 games in the season. All 3 were losses. 5 goals against, 2 in favor. So far, not the best start for a team that had high expectations to start the season.
Yeah, and after that, again, they move on to that North Carolina. This is the lineup for that game. So you have, again, as you're saying, that back line has to stay consistent. Jody Taylor making an appearance in this one, a little bit more traditional. Alex Morgan also on there. Kristen McNabb making an appearance.
McNabb is a big difference in that center midfield.
Yes. Kylie Reel making an appearance. Tegan McGrady. Westfall once again. Taylor is a staple of this team. She's just not just figuratively, but literally huge in the midfield.
Yeah, but who's missing again? No, Abby Dahlkemper again, not even on the bench. So you have to wonder if this is going to be a signing that maybe San Diego Wave regrets a
When
it comes
she's
to
selling
just
jerseys.
the inconsistency in the
she'll
field.
be fine. She'll be fine.
She's selling jerseys. She's barely selling jerseys.
Well, no, they're selling jerseys. Trust me. Maybe not the first 200 sold out, but they're going to sell plenty of jerseys.
Nonetheless of that, Kylie Reel is a solid center back and has proved it already by scoring a winner at the last home game and just being very well adaptable with Naomi Girma. Again, Naomi Girma is the key piece in that defensive line. So, again, as long as she stays healthy and she's able to play, I'm not too worried about the defensive line for San Diego Wave. And,
the good thing about this is that it's still early in the season, but they are able to bounce back in this game. I do like the away jerseys, not going to lie. The white ones?
Yeah, the white ones.
They're pretty dope. But, again, Alex Morgan making her presence known by doing, best in the world type stuff here. And again, that's what I'm saying. Huge in the midfield and just huge in general. Just look at that dispossession, the position, the vision. I see you, Morgan.
Cornier just getting the ball and on the top 3/4 of the field. She's just strong. She's stronger than everyone that she faces.
Yeah, there's nothing like her in this league. Again, easily dispossesses in front of the referee, uses the referee almost like a shield as a screen, looks up.
The player gave up.
Yeah, the player gave up. Falls like, oh,
you can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, just stopping completely. But again, to credit
that
the vision,
goes on her.
To credit the vision, Alex Morgan's already making that run. She's not even in frame at this point, and she's already beaten the 2 defenders, last defenders. That
cool,
left,
calm, collected finish. If Alejandro Guido could have done that for Loyal, wow. But no, he didn't. And Alex Morgan, that's why she's one of the best in the world, man.
Best in the world right here. Definitely just completely tricking the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper thinking it was going to go to the right. And look,
that's
first thing, what does she do? What does she do? She scores a banger, turns around. None of my friends, none of my teammates are here. Let's go jog to you. Thank you for that pass. Awesome possum. This is a really, really, really good team. And, it's interesting to see exactly the development of this. Again, just seeing exactly how this player gives up right there. Oh.
She got so upset.
The 10.
Oh, the ref got a little bit in the way.
The referee.
The ref is part of the game, though.
It's part of the game. It's part of the game. Referee just stood her ground. Ole. And then just getting upset. Good through ball. That
Great
deadly
finish.
13. Takes your time. Cool, calm,
North
collected.
Carolina had most of the possession in this game. They had a 56% possession. But again, just 14 shots, 2 shots on target only, compared to 8 shots and 2 on target by Wave. So Wave just takes advantage of their chances, and it's just what's happening. They're up, still first place in the league, 5 games played, 4 wins, 1 loss, 8 goals in favor, 6 by Alex Morgan, and a goal difference of 6 points.
Alex Morgan now moves into 6th of all time of scoring in the NWSL, past 24 goals, past ¿cómo se llama esta bata? Give me U.S. Women's national team names.
Rapinoe,
no.
Press,
No,
Carly Lloyd.
Carly Lloyd. She just
Okay.
passed Carly Lloyd.
Nice.
So shout out to that San Diego Wave. Do move on. Again, in this campaign, where they're going to go ahead and trying to look for the schedule. Hey, guys, something that was discussed is, first of all, how I don't like that. This is a personal gripe. I don't like that it's a thread. Each thing should be a post.
Yeah, no, I don't like that
Each
either.
thing should be a post, guys. I think that's something that's being worked on in the back. But look, we got highlights. We finally got highlights on the stream. Look, progress is being made. Shout out to @YoungTheRyan, who's gave some insight on the San Diego Wave project. Also
Behind
some
the scenes
insight
stuff.
on San Diego Loyal, as he was a former photographer. It's fantastic
Yeah.
dude in
Check
front
out
of the
that
Hotel
interview.
Del. Shout out once again to Esteban Toscano and the Boucher brothers over at Coronado in front of the Hotel Del. Hopefully we're going to keep working with those guys because we got a lot of positive feedback on that.
Yeah, but San Diego Waves' next game is against Olympic Reign at noon on Sunday, May 29th. Believe there's probably going to be a watch party hosted somewhere. But yeah, man, this is an exciting game. I think they have faced Reign before, right?
They did face them in the
Cup.
Challenge Cup. Did not do so well, I believe. But after that, then they go again to Seattle, somewhere where historically they did not like traveling to and were treated rather poorly, the San Diego Wave team. But if you look at the standings, Angel City's right there. Kristen Press doing Kristen Press things. It was a really good goal of her pressing and high up the field and pressing so much that she got an own goal for the game winner. That was pretty fun.
Last time they played each other against Olympic Reign, they lost 3-1.
Yeah, and so, very early in the season, but getting a victory against Houston Dash, Louisville there, it's a game that, given if had the starters played and they would have been at full strength for Wave, it's a game that San Diego Wave would have won. But it's really, really, really good seeing that they're doing so well, and then now they're going to play.
Still early in the season.
Yeah, early in the season, now they're going to play a team that's at the way bottom of the table of 12, along with Gotham FC. So they beat Gotham FC 4-0, same positioning here at the table. So we'll see how that goes. Shout out to San Diego Wave.
Next time you can see them at home is June 8th. It's a Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Get your tickets now.
Yeah, because this do sell out. So.
Ow. Ow.
I mean,
Oh,
am I wrong? Am I wrong?
Sorry, Weston. Ow.
I mean, am I wrong?
You're not. You're really not wrong. It's Let's see who sells out Snapdragon more. They're gonna move to Snap. Like
They have to, right?
everybody's gonna move. Yeah,
They
they're
have
gonna
to.
move to Snapdragon. So where do we go, Chiva? Do we just hit up the champions, La Champions predictions?
Let's stick on this side real quick and just go over LigaMX real
Oh,
quick.
Liga MX.
There were some
you wanna go,
wild
Liga?
games
Oh, you wanna
this
go?
weekend, dude.
Oh, the boy.
Like, I'm just saying, the semifinals were absolutely insane. So as you may know, I did not want America to pass. I did not want Atlas to pass to the final. But Atlas in the first leg, they win 3-0 against Tigres, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just dominate and destroy Tigres, and Tigres just did not look good. On the other game, America and Pachuca tied a 1-1 game. Very well deserved tie. Both teams attacking, both teams miss. Ochoa just making some saves. Fair result, right, in favor of Pachuca because they were away. And here comes the away one, the La Vuelta on Saturday. Tigres Atlas. I had told parents at my work that I talk Mexican soccer with or anything, you can't rule Tigres out. Tigres is a team that manages to come back. They're going to make it exciting. And Atlas was up 1-0 in this game. They were up 4-0, Tony. That's pretty much done. That's game, right? Whenever you see a game in a team away, unless it's Real Madrid, like Tigres is literally like the Real Madrid, and then Gignac gets a hat trick, 2 penalties. In like 20, 30 minutes, they get the 4 goals, and now it's a tied match in favor of Tigres because they're in second place in the league. So top team in the league gets the favor in the tie. So now,
Which I've always thought was bullshit, but whatever.
and that's the way the league. I mean, I prefer that than just the away goal rule. They took away the away goal rule, and I know for a fact you're not a fan of that.
Yeah, no, I hate that too. I just want it to be an outright, whoever wins these 2 games goes. If not, goes to sudden death penalties. Like, it gives more power to the ties, I feel like.
But
And
you have to have. I mean,
it's an incentive to do good in the regular season. 100% makes it more
yeah,
interesting.
but I mean, the incentive could also be just closing out at home, right? That could just be a good enough incentive.
Yeah, I guess. So as you're saying,
Atlas gets a last-minute penalty with VAR right here. That's the foul given. It's a push from the back.
Nahuel
Nahuel
crying
just fake
in
crying,
tears. So what?
cramping up. It's just he's such a clown act, and I'm tired of this guy's bullshit in the league, man. He just thinks he can do whatever he wants and get away with whatever he wants. I'm tired of this guy, dude. He kicked the second ball in to try to get away with, like, to stop the game, and you don't do that.
Is it this? Yeah.
Yeah, like he starts crying. Look at him. It's such a clown, man.
He starts crying because this is a 90th minute penalty, right? 90th plus minute penalty that's given up. If they score, they're out. If Nahuel, the goalkeeper here, doing his best Tebow impression, stops it, then Tigres is in, right? But he pretty much knows. I mean, it's over. And
He knows he's not gonna stop it.
Yeah, then
he knows that.
This is not for the viewers at home. This is not a freeze frame. This is indeed him still on his knees.
Yeah, he's a clown, dude. That's why they scored it on him. Look at him. And don't feel bad for this guy. He's historically in the league just being a clown his whole career. He thinks he's tough shit. He thinks he's all this. I hate Tigres with a passion. I like Piojo Herrera, but I just hate Tigres organization because they just think they can buy everything. And that's not how it works in the LigaMX, Sonny.
Getting himself a yellow card, getting his drink
Look at
of
him.
water.
Look at him. Oh, man.
I mean, at this point, like, I get it, though. I get it. Like, las fanfarronadas, maybe a little too extreme.
But, yeah.
But, like, I get it. What are you going to do? Give me a yellow card. All right. So what? If I stop it, I get a yellow card and I go to the finals and it gets erased. Like, getting in the mind.
But that's not even the right mind games.
It's not. I understand why he did it. It's just not the correct way of doing it. And he stops again. Oh, no. I saw him. He fucked up yeah, he fucked it up.
Yeah, dude, it's just Atlas well-deserved scored this penalty and just moved on to the final for the second time in a row. They have a chance to doing the back-to-back bicampeonato.
Almost getting it.
Yeah, he almost got it, but it's very rare when a team in LigaMX goes back-to-back finals and wins it. I think the last time I remember was Pumas.
Pumas when they
one
beat
against
Chivas.
yeah, I think that's the last one I remember.
Yeah, the bicampeonato with Bernal.
Maybe, no, Leon. Leon got one later. Leon got a
did get that later.
bicampeonato.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Victor, the boy.
Yeah.
Boy Victor.
Yeah, man, it's very rare in Liga MX to get a back-to-back championship, and if Atlas do it, I'm just straight up gonna be fucking upset because they're a rival for Chivas, and on the other leg on Sunday, Pachuca
the other
just
rival for Chivas.
yeah, Pachuca
America.
just fucking destroyed America.
Great.
Like they dominated.
Great.
They played this game how they played the whole season. It's just attacking, counterattacks, great passing, great shots, just drowning the defense with shots and pressure. And Pachuca deserves it, right? It's a Charlie versus Charlie final, which in hindsight is kind of cool for Loyal because they're part of that Charlie family now.
La familia de Charlie.
Yeah, I know they're trying to bring some Charlie Mexican teams to have some friendlies, and that'll be great. If it's Pachuca, if it's Atlas, if it's Leon, who knows? That would be cool. Maybe Cholos again. Yeah, Leon 2013. Thank you. Yeah, 600 soccer. We have a gift for you, by the way. So, but yeah, that's Liga MX. The final is on Thursday. Atlas Pachuca in Guadalajara. And Second leg is going to be Sunday, May 29th at 6:10 p.m.
Sunday. The giant used car tent sale at Qualcomm Stadium.
Chivas won the LigaMX Femenil, the final. They won it on aggregate. Campeonas for the third time, I believe. So, yeah. Chivas, campeonas. No las más perronas. Las más bah.
I don't know what that was. I'm still cringing on the inside, but
Bah.
going to the old
You laughed.
continent.
You
'cause
laughed.
It's so dumb.
This is what I.
If
This
like
so this
if the
dude makes the
people-
stupidest
if
things
the
and
people
noises.
heard the
when
things
we're
that you-
driving-
when it's just you and me, like the things that come out of your
This
mouth.
guy,
it's
no.
just
When he's
the
driving,
most
guys,
random thing.
this
like,
guy literally starts
what?
driving. Something just like, he's like a dog, just like, huh. And then he just smacks his horn and goes, bang, and beep. And just freaks people out. This guy's the weirdest driver ever.
I'm the safest driver ever. Which
Not
one of
a-
us here has totaled our car in the last 12 months?
6 months, but whatever. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
not my fault though.
You
Hey,
could've
by the
avoided it.
way, it's your fucking fault.
You shouldn't have answered the phone call. Why are you?
Don't
call-
tell,
what-
don't tell the insurance.
Don't tell the insurance. Oh, okay, fool.
I got the
okay,
check
fool.
already.
Yeah, fool. Anyway, so there is a Champions League final, una final de la
yeah.
Champions.
Which, by the way, we're very bummed out. We're not gonna get to be at a watch party at the Calafino Lounge. That was the plan.
it was
And
previously rented. I get it.
some hot shot rented it, and
I don't know where you're going with this.
We're-
We
we're
could
not
have just
invited.
mentioned it- We could have just mentioned it and moved on, not try to make it a bit.
we're not invited.
And there
So
you
now
go.
we gotta figure out what we're gonna
Fucking
do.
Shoehorn it in. That'll be fine. We're gonna watch it. It's gonna be great. San Diego Internacional in the Champions League final one day. You'll see, boys. You'll see. You'll get it there.
Oh man.
But Real Madrid against Liverpool. Liverpool playing, lights out, going for that fake treble, which a lot of people are saying.
It's not a treble. It
is.
It's a treble,
It
but
is.
it's not the treble.
It's not the treble. Yeah, no, 100%.
So
it's not.
I wouldn't take owner.
It is a treble.
It's a whack treble.
It's more treble than either of our teams got. So it's true.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
You know what does mean something? Qualifying for the Champions League.
Nah,
This song still does not apply to you.
it's fine.
No, it's not.
It's fine.
You know it's not.
We've been here before, and we won it, and we lost it.
And you've lost it. I
Yeah,
mean, Chelsea's
so-
won it twice. So
Yeah,
Get
but
with
last time we came in as the group stage, we won it. So it's fine. Ten Hag is gonna fix this, but we're not here to talk about United. We're here to talk about Liverpool against Real Madrid. Real Madrid are who would you say are the favorites? Who are the favorites in this one? Like
can we look it up? What would you look up? Odds? Champions League odds.
Like I'd be.
already-
Here
you
we
tell me-
go.
you tell me,
45% Liverpool,
yes, but-
29% Real Madrid.
But the people.
Fucking mute me.
I didn't mean to do that.
On Google, you can
I'm on fucking Google.
just look at the game and then. Just,
Which website do you?
no
want?
website. Just go to Champions League final
Okay, Champions League.
and then go
Okay.
down and then more.
Oh, more boy. Go.
See more. No, arriba, pendejo. See
okay,
more.
well, you said more.
right
Screw-
there.
Go down. Ooh.
Go down. Go down. Go freaking down. Click on that. Go down. Right there. There you go. Good puppy. Damn.
Champions League is gonna start this Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. Check your local listings. Liverpool, as you can see here, is 45% win probability over 90 minutes. Important stat there. You have something to say? Might be a puppy, but you're still a bitch here.
Whoa. Hey. Very strong words there. It's not my fault. Technology beats you. But yeah, Liverpool are 45% the favorites. 26% draw. 29% to Real Madrid. Yeah, thank you, 609. Liverpool's only plus 105. Still pretty even. I think Real Madrid are taking this based on the fact that Thiago's out due to injury. I don't think he's going to get to start. or even play.
Mm-hmm.
Salah's coming back from injury.
Yeah,
Van
he
Dijk
came
is
out
coming
early.
back from injury.
Mhm.
He thought he scored the winner, but we'll talk about that later. I get to laugh at them, right? Yeah, I do. I'm still going to. Real Madrid are just coming off a chill game. They won the league. What's wrong? You good?
I'm fine. No, you just go for it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Who do you think's taking this?
It's not about me right now. It's about you, and you're, laughing at a team that's actually being successful, unlike your fucking team in the last decade. Not that
okay.
I'm defending Liverpool, which I'm
It
not.
sounds like you are.
It sounds like I am.
Sounds like you are.
Very much. It sounds like it. 100% sounds like it. If it walks like a duck, talks like a duck.
So you're
it's
taking
not a
Liverpool in
duck.
this Champions League
It's fucking-
final?
I'm taking Real Madrid.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Shut the
So
fuck
I'm
up.
taking
then.
Real Madrid.
Shut
What do you
the-
mean?
the-
I'm
so-
just
wow,
giving.
wow,
I'm
wow.
giving.
I'm defending
giving,
Liverpool.
I'm
No,
not
you're taking
defending
Madrid either
Liverpool.
way.
I'm taking Madrid. I never said I was taking Liverpool.
Okay, then why are you over here?
You're the
just-
one that's like, oh my god, Liverpool. They're gonna win the treble. Blah, 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 blah. I'm a hater.
Not,
Blah, blah,
not
blah,
a real
blah,
travel.
blah, 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 blah. Like,
I am.
I get
hating
it.
on
I
them.
get it. They're your rivals, but hey, it's for the EPL, right?
No,
Do it for the E EPL.
no. I think Madrid takes this, which still gives me like pain because I hate the Madrid fan base, Tony.
A la Madrid.
It's just the Madrid fan base are very arrogant.
A la Madrid.
It's like America when they say "Ódiame más."
A la Madrid.
It's like I think I've told you this before, right? Have you seen a Madrid game at Buffalo Wild Wings? It's
A
the
la
worst
Madrid.
thing in the
Oh,
world.
Yeah, it's
It's
terrible.
literally the worst
I'd
thing you can
rather
do with
be-
your life.
I'd rather be in an ER. Like,
The ER, that urgent care, waiting in
just
line.
no, not even waiting in line, just sitting there. Like, I'm perfectly fine for just being forced to sit in the ER, just listening to people in pain.
At the DMV.
Like a combination Taco Bell and KFC, like those exist. Like combination DMV ER, just like misery. I'd rather be there than
Yeah, you can get some shots and then pay your registration.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Madrid
One-stop
fan
shop.
base, I'm sorry, but you guys are very, very much annoying. Liverpool fan base are a little more chill.
A la Madrid.
They understand what misery, if they're real Liverpool fans, right? Not just Jurgen Klopp Liverpool fans. Real Liverpool fans understand the struggle that they've had to go through to get this good again. And if they end up taking it, Tony, will I be too upset? Not really. Because then it just kind of shuts down Madrid fans. But then I also have a couple buddies who are quote-unquote Liverpool fans, right? But it was kind of since Jurgen Klopp, which it's been a couple years, so I'll give it to them. But yeah, I do think it's going to be an exciting final. I think it's going to go back and forth. I do think Liverpool are going to score first, early in the first half, probably in the first 15, 20 minutes, which is kind of not early, right? Midway through the first half. But I think it's going to be a 3-1 final by Real Madrid.
I'll agree with you.
That's it.
That's it. I agree with you. Real Madrid are the
A
team.
score prediction.
Oh, score prediction, you say? I'm gonna go with
3-1 Madrid.
I'm gonna go with the 1-3 Madrid
Oh,
win.
nice.
Yeah, no, I think
yeah.
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, I think,
How'd you come up with that one?
Chiva, now that you mention it, looking at the previous 5 minutes of this garage time and just sharing this airspace with you, I think I've come to terms with the fact that I think Real Madrid is the team to beat with Benzema just being that guy and that fella, as some would say in the rap community. But, I think it's going to come down to who's going to take advantage of those opportunities that are presented in front of them. We've seen Real Madrid just on any given Sunday just turn it up and destroy the best teams in the world, the champions of the Premier League, as we'll get to in a bit, just for a little bit, because I don't really want to talk about it that much. Manchester City winning it, whatever. Like, I know you don't want to either,
No,
but
it's fine.
it's fine. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But definitely, I do believe that Chiva, your astuteness has shown once again, and in predicting such a wonderful scoreline, especially with the analysis that you gave of an early goal, even though it's not really early. It's midway through the fucking first half. But and I have to agree with you. And the new stars are going to come about just like they did in the last game. You know, Modric got subbed off, Cruz came off, Casemiro also came off. Not really an oldie, but he's still a goodie. Giving way to Vinicius, the new blood, right? Rodri, and the boys and the suchlings and the suches of such. And it's going to be all kinds of such. And so the suches
soccer thinks that such is not going to end in 90 minutes.
Oh, no kind of such. I think the such is going to go for longer, and that's what everybody
it's more money,
has
right?
scripted has it scripted for. And I think it's one of those things where it's obviously already rigged. And
who would win in a penalty shootout?
Benzema.
Just Benzema.
Yeah,
Benzema wins.
Yeah, Benzema. You win.
I think realistically, I think Courtois is a better penalty stopper than Alisson.
Better goalkeeper.
Natural goalkeeper.
Better goalkeeper. You can take that as you will. Better goalkeeper.
Better penalty takers. Madrid. Yeah, Modric, Casemiro, Cruz.
But will Modric make it to 120 minutes?
Does he start?
Well,
He has to start, right?
He has to start. I mean, if it gets down to 11v11, I think that's where the upper hand comes in.
I think
where
if it goes to PKs,
Alisson is better than Courtois taking.
I think Liverpool wins in PKs. I think so. They've had more PKs experience than Madrid in this season alone.
Oh, all kinds. Which also means that they played more games and more time. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a really good game either way, and it's revenge for Liverpool for that game where Karius just got destroyed by Bale. Pobrecito, that guy never recovered.
And he got injured by Sergio Ramos. Or was it Casemiro?
One of the two, but he deserved it.
He deserved it.
Yeah, he deserved it. You don't do that.
We don't promote players injury, and then we're going to get canceled in Texas again. Remember that guy?
That guy, yeah.
That I said, I hope Maguire gets injured. He just, how can you promote players getting injured?
Injuries.
And blah, 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 blah. All kinds of such.
Madrid's going to win this one.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was opposite of what you think to what I think so we can wager on it, but it's not like that in this case.
If it goes to penalties, it's going to be Liverpool. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. But yeah, the Premier League, like Alan said earlier, very exciting last day. It's exciting when it comes down to the last game because there was a race for the Europa League, race. Like Man U were very close to just being out of the Europa League and going into that conference thing.
Yeah, so it came down to the last day, right, for the championship, Manchester City and Liverpool. It ended up being Aston Villa, led by Steven Gerrard, with Felipe Coutinho, former Liverpoolians, Liverpoolians, Scousers. So former Scousers, former Liverpool blood that can possibly help Liverpool and get the title, maybe in a different sense this way. But they were winning 2-0. They were doing it. They were going to give it to.
Scored the second one.
Coutinho scored the second one, and it seemed like it was going to meant to be.
It was going to happen.
It was written in the stars. Liverpool go up. They ended up winning 3-1. They were losing at some point. Then they tied it. Then they came back 3-1. It's scripted, and again, all these games are simultaneous. So we saw it 10 years ago with Aguero.
Pain.
Just I think that's what ultimately killed Sir Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson doing very well out there, still very well in health, but that murdered him on the inside, eviscerated him. And who would have thought? You unveil a Aguero statue outside of the Etihad that doesn't look like him, that looks like Toni Kroos. But Aguero, was he watching this on stream?
Tens of fans. I mean, not tons of fans. Tens of fans at the statue.
Yeah. Then Kevin De Bruyne.
That's his Aguero moment.
Yeah. Kevin De Bruyne giving that assist. He's just has been playing out of his mind. So
5 minutes.
Right now, who's the best player in the world? Benzema or De Bruyne?
Oof.
And this is something I got into 619 Soccer with, because I said Benzema right now, but then he said De Bruyne, which is, yes, if I want to make a team for the future, but that's not what the question is. The question is, who is the best player in the world?
That defines the best player. It's who makes the most impact in every game. And I think based on that, it's Benzema.
Just because of goals made, but the contributions of De Bruyne are just
No, absolutely.
Everywhere.
But again, had Man City won against Real Madrid, then that answer maybe would have been a little different. Because then that means Kevin De Bruyne legit carried Man City to winning the league and possibly winning a Champions League. But again, they choked that. And Benzema just prevails and just takes over.
I mean,
I think right now Benzema's the best in the world. Who would I rather have in my team?
I'm Rebecca Lowe.
Hi, Rebecca Lowe.
That's Kevin De Bruyne, right? Like, you would be a fool to pick Benzema over De Bruyne to
Yeah.
have in your team right now.
Exactly. And
Like, Benzema's just a player who's always been good, but he used to miss a lot, and he was
in the
had
shadow of Ronaldo.
And right now, he's kind of a late bloomer where he's just playing chef's kiss. He's just playing incredible,
again,
dude.
how great would it be to take this exact form right now that Benzema has into the World Cup?
And that's what's gonna happen. if
Watch,
he
he's
keeps
gonna
it
get
up.
injured. He's gonna get injured,
Oh,
like
wow.
in
Way
like
to jinx a player
September or
like that, man.
something.
I mean, dude, had the World Cup been in this summer,
That would've been
that would have been so sick.
we would be weeks away from a World Cup right now.
Yeah.
Literal
Fuck
weeks.
Qatar, man. Now we get to watch it in November, and oh, fuck you for this. I hate you so much for this.
Sorry.
Oh, misclicked something there.
Oh,
But anyways, yeah, Man City ended up taking the title in 5 minutes. There was a moment where Salah scored for Liverpool, the second one, and he thought he had his Aguero moment, and he thought he had won it, and a fan is pointing at him, it's 3-2 City, and he sees that, he's like, just, oh man, like his face.
that's 2 years ago.
Yeah, no. His 3-1 Wolves. Like, his face was just in shock. Like, oh man, I thought I won it, and then someone lied to Liverpool. I don't know who did that, but Liverpool fans started cheering after a couple minutes after this, thinking like Man City didn't score another one, or they got tied or something, and they thought they were all celebrating again. They're not gonna show that, are they?
I don't think so.
Oh, I might have shared it on Twitter. Let me check. Check. It's a picture that I can show you. You want me to send you that?
Oh, maybe, boy.
I sent it to you on Twitter.
Oh, did you, boy? Did you send it to 2 balls? Man?
Yeah, 2 balls.
Oh, to the 2 balls, boy. You sent it to 2 balls. Oh.
Yeah. So he scores the winner. This fan is right here telling him it's 3-2. Salah's reaction.
Oh.
Pobrecito. He thinks he's won it.
No.
Oh, man.
Oh,
yeah. Yup.
Oh, boy.
None of them have been in this decade.
No kind. So that's gonna be interesting. Liverpool, they're
Yeah, so in the Premier League also, like, Man United by halftime, they were out of the Europa League, and they were going to be 7th place because West Ham was winning. And then who was it? It was Brighton just came to the rescue and scored 3 in the second half.
good job, Brighton.
So we wouldn't be doing a
Assholes.
great job if we didn't talk about the big elephant in the room. Tony Mbappe, he decides to stay in PSG and just own the country. Like, legit owns the team now. He's the president. He does everything. He said a big F you to Real Madrid and kind of used them in a way
Yes.
as leverage.
Yes.
Is that fair? Is that valid? I know La Liga is trying to report PSG to the UEFA and make a big deal out of this.
Les Madridistas sont déçus. Si vous savez un message pour le supporter de
So I don't know if you know that I actually speak a little bit of French,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I'll go
I
ahead
know
and
you do.
translate.
Kylian, et vous savez, vous imaginez, les Madridistas sont déçus. Si vous savez un message pour le supporter du Real. Merci.
So pretty much just saying, for Kylian, you sure, obviously you know that the fan base for Real Madrid are a little bit disappointed, a little bit in this decision. Do you have a message for them?
I hate you so much.
Non, si j'ai un message, déjà, c'est de les remercier. Parce que
My message is to say, thank you to that fan
j'ai jamais
base.
porté le maillot du Real Madrid. Si, je l'ai porté à 14 ans, une semaine. Mais j'ai jamais porté le maillot du Real Madrid.
I've always wanted to be in Real Madrid. I had a jersey of them since I was 14 years
Si, je l'ai
old.
porté à 14 ans, une semaine.
He really does look like a Ninja Turtle.
Yes, he really does.
Mais ils m'ont toujours accepté comme l'un des leurs. Et
They've always accepted me, and I have
pour ça, il faut être reconnaissant, il faut savoir être reconnaissant.
I'm very thankful for them, and I want to say thank you to them. I can understand their disappointment.
Déjà les remercier, je comprends,
You
je
speak
comprends la
very good
déception.
French.
Oh, I don't. I know how to translate it.
J'espère qu'ils
I hope they
comprennent le fait que
understand that
j'ai choisi-
what I've chosen to stay in my country.
Voilà, aujourd'hui, il y a
And
une vérité, c'est que je
in
suis
all
français.
honesty, I'm French.
Et comme j'ai dit,
And like I've said,
en tant que
back
Français,
then,
j'ai envie
I
de-
want to stay here in
continuer
French.
à
I was
remarquer,
reading
essayer
it.
de-
I want to stay here in France, and I want to get here.
de mener la France
to
vers
the
les
top.
sommets et d'essayer de tirer ce
So
championnat
he
et-
gets
et ce
offered I think a 150 million euro signing bonus. He's getting paid like almost 100 million a year for 50 million a year, like
Mm-hmm.
insane amount of money. Not only that, he's essentially their sporting director now. He can say which coach he wants in. He can say which player he wants in or out. Now, if you're a player in PSG, that kind of changes everything when you see him, right? It's like
Better pass him the fucking ball.
I want to be cool with you, but because I want to stay here. But if I call you out, I could potentially just get shipped out. That for a lot of players is not going to sit well.
It really isn't, but at the same time, like, I don't blame him.
I wonder what Messi has
I
to say
don't-
about
I mean,
this.
Messi's going to be out of there next
Neymar's
year.
on his way
Hey,
out. Di Maria's on his way out
If
to
we're
Juventus.
talking about like goals and shit, there's a chance we could possibly cover Lionel Messi starting 2023, like meeting him and then talking to him.
Yeah.
Cellini, güey, he's gonna be in
Yeah.
LAFC. So like,
Gotta brush up our Italiano.
che cosa?
Chiellini.
That's offensive.
I think Mbappe, like the president said also that with Mbappe being promised to stay, like there's promises of being new signings as well.
Yeah,
Neymar's on his way out.
to Chelsea.
Di Maria's out. I think they need a striker. If Mbappe's not gonna play striker, if he's gonna play winger, I think they're gonna bring Suarez in.
Fucking play whatever the fuck he
I
wants.
think they're gonna bring
Suarez would
Suarez.
be pretty cool. Is
Team
pair him with Messi one last time.
If Neymar happens to stay and Suarez is there, MSN.
Oh.
And where does Mbappe fit there? I think that's the move of
He's
Mbappe
the
who would have
coach.
gone. He's the coach, yeah. Shit, guys. So Zidane said no to PSG, and then another coach said no to PSG. So again, who would want to come into this project when a kid, a 23-year-old, is in charge of a lot of things now, right?
Very important 23-year-old. Look at him. Look, Perry, and I don't like the way these uniforms are fitting me now.
But
C'est écrit ici. Ici, c'est Paris.
This is a Perry.
But you also got to see it from that side, right? They offered him a shit ton of money, and
On le
so
défend.
it's not about it. But he's 23. He's home. He's in Paris. He's French. The president of France called him and tell him you should stay in Paris.
Emmanuel Macron.
Like, you have the chance to maybe put PSG on the map by winning their first Champions League. It kind of proves back to when I told you, hey man, like not everyone just wants to go to Madrid or Barcelona. It's not the dream anymore.
All right, relax. I mean, it is the dream. It's still his dream,
Then
but
why did he stay?
because he was offered the deal of a lifetime, and he'd be stupid not to take it because
He also wants to make
including-
history in PSG.
I would make history at PSG if I started owning the team.
But you won't.
Sure, I don't know what
I
that
mean-
logic was
I
and what
mean,
his retort was.
it's-
You
it's
won't. Of
just-
course, I fucking won't. But like, he's a 23-year-old kid getting
Like,
something
Do
that
you
nobody
see
else
Kevin
has
De
done.
Bruyne wanting to go to Madrid eventually?
Yeah,
I think he's
joining his.
No, I think he stays at City.
No, you know
And
what?
just gets his own statue
Yeah,
there.
maybe that, but he wouldn't want to go to fucking Real Madrid because Courtois is there, and they cheated on each other's girlfriends. Obviously, what kind of a question is that? They barely
Okay.
function together in the
He
national
won't want to
team.
go to Barca. He won't want to go to Madrid.
Hey, with Lewandowski joining Barcelona, all right,
That's
you pipe down, all right. So,
That's true.
I don't know.
Started scoring goals on them. That's
It's like, this is new age of dealing, right? LeBron does this. He just doesn't own part of the team. LeBron controls the front office in baseball. You have, football players that say, no, you need to get me this guy. Like, you have I get the GOAT, Tom Brady, who can decide things like that too. But it's not unheard of in sports. It is unheard of in soccer. You can be as upset as you want, but this is the right move for Mbappe. Like, in all senses.
And to finish things off in a bit, we had the UEFA Women's Champions League final, and it was a shocker. Like, Lyon beats Barcelona, the undefeated Barcelona that went 30-0. 30-0.
Yeah,
Tony.
30-0 was crazy because this team
159 goals in favor, 11 against in their season.
Yeah, no, talk about shocking. Just absolutely. This team was a world breaker, and we were talking about, like, oh, wow, can San Diego Wave compete with such a team like Barcelona? And they ended up being second fiddle. The Olympique Lyonnais women's team is historically good in the Champions League. Like, they are dominant.
Yeah.
So much so that, they have their rivals in PSG beating the shit out of each other and breaking each other's legs. Remember that story?
I don't.
With a women player, they got dragged out of the car and got punched in the legs, but it was all set up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
PSG,
that
right?
was also shocking.
Yeah.
But either way, like, it was shocking to hear it. But that's soccer, so anything is possible. The NBA finals are happening, and it looks like
Not the NBA finals.
not the finals,
the conference
the
finals.
conference finals that are. I mean, it's pretty much going to be the finals with 3-0.
Golden State.
Hold on, let me see.
Golden State going up.
Hold on,
And then, hold on, what? Oh, we're talking NBA.
Well, let me tell you something, Kenny.
Ken?
I gotta say that
Oh, the Celtics won today, actually.
the
Tied it
Celtics are a fantastic team all around. Al Horford, you got spicy barbecue ruffles, man. Jason Tatum, who has the elite ruffle taste over Anthony Davis's jalapeno, whatever the fuck his is, and LeBron's cheddar ruffles. Obviously, Jason Tatum being number one in that one. The Celtics have the best overall team in that conference, and I think that if they are to make it through, it's going to be very spicy and tasty, and could take it to the Golden State Warriors, who are absolutely creaming, destroying the Dallas Mavericks, led by Luka Doncic, who likes to partake in nice little boozing before his very important Game 1,
It's
2,
a very
possibly
European
3.
thing to do.
Yeah, it's very European. Boba was also there.
They
Shout out
drink
to
beer for breakfast, man.
Exactly. So that's going to be very interesting. Chris Paul should retire at this point. Let's see what other hot takes I have. Kevin Durant's a bitch. Hot take.
But he approves of marijuana. He approves of it.
That's, again, just disappointing to hear. But in any case, the NBA Finals are coming soon, and it's going to be exciting.
You can hear all about it in 2 balls and a mic.
The Padres are one game away from the Dodgers.
Oh, see.
We're striking distance.
see.
Striking distance. We just swept the Giants. Oh man, it's fantastic. But Llamas, shout out to the Llamas out there.
Stick around in the live chat for we're going to be giving away a jersey.
Absolutely, we're gonna go ahead and give that AC Milan champion of La Serie A, El Calcio Pepe.
We got a bunch of jerseys. Shout out to Jersey Loco. Check them out on Instagram. I'll be tagging them later in Instagram. Got a bunch of cool jerseys from them. We're gonna be giving out some at the end of the live episode. So you guys might want to tune in on the lives on Monday. So, but yeah, anything else you want to add?
No, bye.
Laters.